What's up, you guys? It's your girl Queen B back here with another video. Okay, you guys. Oh my, Alright. So I'm back here with I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video yet. I think it's going to be like Mean Girl Storytime, something like. If you're new here, welcome to the BK gang. Hit that subscribe button below and hit the bell to get updated when I post another video. If you did not see my last video that I posted, which was the sibling tag, go watch that. It was me and my brother. Hilarious. So yeah, and hit that like button down below. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright, let me get straight to the video. So there was this girl, and this was years ago. Now I was really young. I'm 15, so I'm so young, but I was just really young at this time. And I was in summer camp during this time, and I just remember it was me and my cousin, and we went to the same summer camp, okay? And I remember there was this girl, I'm just going to say her name because I don't care, she was mean. There was this girl, Anissa, her name was Anissa, I'm sure, something like that. And yeah, Anissa. And she was just mean. Her mom, it was either her mom worked at the rec center that we went to, and she went to the rec center, you know, she just went to the rec center, but her mom also worked there. So it was like she would try to get away with stuff because her mom worked there, and it was annoying. So let me give you examples of how this girl, she was so mean. So let me say, I remember one time, you guys know, I was making a little stencil thingy. So let's say like I had a heart stencil, and I'm putting, you know, the beads on the stencil, you know what I'm talking about. And then you have to iron it for it to like melt together, and then let it cool off, and then you can take it off of the stencil, and it's like really cool, or it was cool to me back then. So yeah, I was making one of those, and I just remember her, I don't even remember how the situation just kind of like escalated, but I just remember her coming up and just knocking my stencil off the table, like just. And I'm like, when I was younger, of course I wasn't like, what, but I was just thinking to myself, I didn't get why she did that, and I was sad, can't even lie. I think I almost cried because I spent so much time, like I was color coding, and I spent a lot of time working on that little bead thing, and she came over there and messed with me for no reason. So I was upset, I was mad, and I just remember us yelling back and forth a little bit, and then the counselors, you know, split us up. That's just one example. The next example is, I remember, you know, in the summer camp, you're kind of split up based upon your age. So they had like ages 4 to 9 in one group, and then ages 10 to like 16 in another group. 10 to 13, I think, and then 14 to 16. And then, yeah, y'all get the point. So basically, we go to the bowling alley, and you know, me and my cousin were playing, you know, we had money, you buy food, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Me and my cousin, we were walking around, and I just remember seeing Anissa. We just happened, you know, to look at her, and I just remember seeing her trying to stick her hand up those little machines, those little toy machines that have like the claw that give you like little prizes. I was just like, really? Is it that serious? You can't stick a couple of quarters in there and just try? I mean, even if she spent all her quarters on that, I just really thought, like, what are you doing? And then, so I just saw that her arm was it wasn't working out. Her arm was too, her arm was too big to go in there because I remember there was a series of machines. It was like 2, 4, and 6, and they were little toy machines. And her arm was just too big to go in that little machine. So there was a group of kids at our rec center, and they also came on that bowling field trip. And they had their own little section and everything. And I remember her like pulling certain kids to the sides and having them, she's like, stick your hand up there and get a toy from me, and da-da-da. And these are little kids, so it's not like they're not thinking, oh, like, okay, this is wrong, or because this is the age where they're learning, like, this is wrong and this is right. And she's telling them, you know, stick their hand up there and get her a toy. And I'm thinking, like, you're not even gonna remember this toy in the next couple of weeks. So is it that serious? Yeah. And she had these children sticking their hands up in there, and I told them, I went over there and I told them that they don't have to do that and that they should leave. And she started arguing with me, so I went and I got the counselor and I told on her, because you don't have no children sticking their hands up the toy machine. Like, who does, what kind of person does stuff like that? This is like the climax. This is like the big boom, right? This is another day at the rec center. Now keep in mind, me and Anissa, you know how when you're kids and stuff, you do that on and off friend thing. Like, you're friends 1 minute, then you're not friends the next. That's how we were. Except like 90% of the time, we were not friends. And like the other 10%, we were, you know, 10% of the time we were friends. So, you know, right after we came from the bowling alley and she got in trouble and all that, we were friends. Like, right after that and everything, when we went back to the rec center, we were like cool, and the counselors were going to split us up because we used to argue so much. But we were like, no, we're fine, we're friends. We was hugging it out and everything. Like, we was buddy-buddy until. So we go to the pool at the rec center one day, and me and my cousin, we always shared a locker. That's what we did, so you didn't have to pay, you know, extra money for a separate locker where you could share. So we shared a locker, you know, we put our clothes in there and whatever else we had. All the girls, you know, we go to the pool. We're swimming, it's great. I remember, like, I got out. Oh yeah, the key to our locker was on, it was either on my towel or on my cousin's towel. And that's where it was, I know for sure, because the counselors, the camp counselors always had us, you know, put it on our towel so we don't lose it. So we put it on our towel, and me and my cousin put our towel on the exact same hook. So our locker is locked, everything. We go to the pool, we're swimming. I remember getting out to go to the bathroom one time. And I took my towel, because sometimes, you know, you just like to dry off a little bit before you use the bathroom, because you're like soaking wet. So anyways, I come back out, I get back in the pool, I'm swimming, yada, yada, yada. And I remember seeing Anissa get out of the pool, and I guess she was going to the bathroom. Now, it wasn't anything like abnormal for like the girls to like grab their towels and dry off a little bit, or just take their towels with them while they went to go use the bathroom. So honestly, I wasn't worried about her that much. I was having fun in the pool, but I just remember seeing her get out. So next thing you know, pool time's over, we go back to our locker room. We get our towel, and I remember we opened, no, was our locker open? I can't even remember now. We had our key. Our key was still on our towel. But I remember when we came back to that locker room, our locker was open. Our clothes were gone. Like, everything, like our undergarments, our clothes, our shoes, everything was gone. So me and my cousin were like, what? And, you know, we told the camp counselors, of course, because we're like, what do you mean? Like, how is our stuff just gone out of the locker when it's clearly locked? And they're like asking us, did you lock your locker? And we're like, yeah, we know we did. And we're like, somebody, you know, had to do this. So anyways, I remember there was like, I just remembered them. I don't know how they figured it out, but I think actually Anissa told on herself, because I remember feeling like it was her. We had a vibe going on, like thinking it was her. And she was like, okay, I took your clothes out of your locker. And she actually, so we were sitting in that locker room for hours and hours, because we had to wait for our parents actually to like get off work and to come bring us new clothes and everything, and wait for the camp counselors to call our parents. and tell them like what's going on. So we had to sit there because we didn't have any other clothes than what we had on, which was our bathing suits. And I just remember, you know, coming back, and the camp counselor had Anissa apologize because she took our clothes and everything out of our locker and she threw it on top of the lockers. Now, you know, when at the pool and you have the locker room lockers, they're kind of, well, these lockers I just know were tall and you couldn't see over them. So it wasn't like normal, you just couldn't see over them. And I just remember thinking, I just remember thinking to myself, like, why would she do something like that? I mean, you really had to think about you really had to plot out like getting out of the pool. You had to know which towel was mine or my cousin's. You had to take our towel, take the key off, open our locker, you know, not get caught at the same time. And I just thought it was low down, especially for our age. We were young, like I would say maybe 10, maybe even younger than that, honestly, maybe even younger than that. And I just thought that was so low down for like a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, whatever, for you to take my clothes and just throw it on top of the lockers. And keep in mind, on top of the lockers, it's dirty. Like, nobody dusts on top of the locker room lockers. So she threw our clothes up there, and it's like all rolled up in dust and lint and stuff. So we still had our parents bring us a new pair of clothes. But we did get to put on like our undergarments and stuff. But I just thought, that was so mean for you to steal my locker room key, unlock my locker, and throw my clothes, and then not say anything about it for at least an hour. Are you serious? But yeah. So that was the time. That was just a mean girl story time about the time this girl, she stole my clothes she stole me and my cousin's clothes out of our locker, and she threw them and she hit them. And she didn't say anything for a straight hour. Like that was messed up. But I think after that she apologized, her mom had her apologize. I don't think we had any more problems out of her. I don't think so. Probably did, but me and her used to fight a lot. I got a lot of mean girl story times about girls. Well, not even a lot. I just remember in that rec center, there was like a few girls that just used to, you know, tap dance on my nerve and being rude. And you know, girls used to form cliques. And sometimes girls didn't want me to be in their clique, and it would make me upset, and it would make me feel like an outsider. But honey, I know now. I ain't worried about nobody and no clique. I got me, myself, and I, and the Lord up above, and that's all I need. So, guys, for watching this video. If you liked it, put a thumbs up. If you can relate to just having a mean girl story time or a mean guy story time, you know, hit the like button. Let me know down in the comments what was your experience with that. Yeah. And without further ado, why am I saying without further ado? I meant until next time, you guys. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, BK Gang. And until next time, you guys. Peace. And I don't need nobody else. Nuh-uh. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna